Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic. Yours here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you the weekly reset for Destiny 2 on April 28th, 2020. Everything that has reset, from the Guardian games to the Nightfalls, everything that I can cover that is in a major weekly reset, we're going to be covering in this video. Oh my goodness gracious. This is the first time in a very long time I've actually seen the Hunters not dead last. But of course it is literally the reset, so everybody's exactly the same. So if you've not been paying attention, the Titans have been running away with this competition. You can see day one was won by Hunters, and then Titan. Ooh! So from what I understand, mathematically, if gold is 3 points, silver 2 points, and bronze is 1 point, Titans just have to win 11 of the first 14 days to guarantee they win the entire competition. And right now, as you can tell, we've won 6 days. So even with those double points in the last week, as you can tell by these double rings at the bottom here, nobody will be able to take it from them if we can get to 11. So, my fellow Guardians, my fellow Titans, hashtag Team Titans, let's friggin' do this. And as you can tell, yes, I am repping the full gold armor because honestly, we have so much gold, we're just spending it on our armor at this point. So first and foremost, this is the second week of the Guardian game. So head back over to Eva Levante. She's got a new set of things if we want to go get the other shells for your different classes and all that whatnot. They all do pretty much the same thing, but you can obviously get one each week. On top of that, you can get your faction rewards, of course getting the Guardian game's gold reward because I'm a Titan. But either way, the reward is really not that big. And because we're here, why not? It's going to be Forges and Gambit today, so if you wanted to do some medals, Forges and Gambit. On top of that, I also would recommend that you complete these weekly bounties on all of your characters. Technically, you're not supporting a certain class unless you put the medals in the deposit thing. I can see the background Hunters are in last right now. It doesn't count until you put the medals in the slot. So technically, you can complete this on each one of these characters and not have to worry about that. Wow, you turn around for like 1 second. Like, what happened? Where did this, how? What happened? It's almost like one of those little gradients, like you can see the line that goes down like right there, and it almost like connects here, and then the Hunters are like down here. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that's probably what's happening, is that the game's just OCD and wants to connect these lines. Oof. That's some good stuff right there. And something that I did not mention last time is you can actually get a Pinnacle Gear. I'm assuming this is Pinnacle Gear +1, not the regular +2, but still a Pinnacle Gear from the Master Class Vendor Challenge for EVA, which is to do a whole bunch of points of Guardian Game medals. And now I feel kind of stupid because I can actually see exactly how many points each medal is worth, 4, 2, and 1. Moving on, let's go ahead and get into the regular weekly reset, starting out with the Nightfalls. For the Nightfall Ordeal this week, unfortunately, it is Exodus Crash. So the triumphs that show the Grandmaster Ordeals is actually going to show the literal order of all of the Nightfall Ordeals for the rest of the season. If you did not know, if you go to the Conqueror's Seal, you can actually see it says Inside Tournaments, Exodus Crash, Arms Dealer, Word of Nothing, Brute Hold, and Trigger Probability. So that's probably what the last 6 weeks of the season are going to be like. Ooh, that was loud. What I want is peace and quiet. Gotta run out to the exterior of the tower. Yeah, good enough. Why not? As for the points for this Nightfall, I would say this is a kind of small to medium amount of points. So this one's definitely gonna have to be at least 1,000 power, maybe 1,030 to get 100k. And the Nightfall unique for this is going to be the Exotic Sparrow, the fudge. Why do I always forget this? Impact Velocity. Every single time I forget it. For the regular Nightfalls, we have the Lake of Shadows, the Taken Phalanx at the end of the Earth mission. He drops the Malicious Birthright grenade launcher. Trigger Probability is going to be the Centurion that dives through that Minotaur at the very end, dropping the DFA hand cannon. And then finally, this one's going to be the Taken Flamer, the end of the Shadowkeep mission. And he does not have a Nightfall unique. The heroic modifier for this week will be Solar Singe, which means the Reckoning side of things will be Void. Oh, Dychronic, how do you know this? Oh, I'm memory. I'm just Rayman, just memorizing everything. Yeah. Not that it's just like that every time. Moving on to the rotating Crucible playlist. First of all, Supremacy, kind of like Kill Confirm from Call of Duty, and then Breakthrough, kind of like a tug of war where you try to capture the middle thing and then capture the opposing side thing, but it's really nothing like Overwatch. And again, it's just another shout out that there is in fact Pinnacle Gear in the Crucible playlist for the core matches. This is true across Crucible, Gambit, the Vanguard Strikes, and somewhere in Hawthorne's inventory as well. Or at least that, I have never seen the Hawthorne one, but that's what Bungie said. Moving on to Reckoning, this week it will be the swords. If you want to get any of the things that are available for the swords, it is available. Of course, it's also Void Cinch, like I said before. And on top of that, again, there's Pinnacle Gear for the weekly Gambit Prime matches. You get Pinnacle Gear. The flashpoint this week will be taking place on Io, so completing your public events, lost sectors, and heroic adventures to get this powerful gear. As for Escalation Protocol, this week it will be all three, and I believe whenever it's all three, you have a higher chance of getting something that you don't have, you can still get something that you do have. As for Menagerie, this week it will be Pagori, the big Hydra dude at the very end. The burn for the regular mode is going to be Solar Singe, just like it is for the... Why is that so loud? I am nowhere near the dunk tank. And the heroic version is going to be Extinguish, Match Game, Attrition, and Arc Cinch. Ooh, I'm gonna feel attrition when I do it this week. And they say to this day, he's still falling. And he keeps falling. For all titans everywhere, he falls forever and always. It looks like I'm trying to sneak around, like tiptoeing, but really I'm falling forever. As for the moon stuff this week, actually, yeah, no, the moon stuff is actually going to have Rasputin on the moon as well, by the way. I guess it rotates between the 3 different planets after that first set of stuff. For the Nightmare Hunts this week, it will be Crota, Fogoth, and Dominus Gaul. Obviously, Fogoth's going to be the easiest one because there are multiple places that you can just sit where the boss cannot shoot you. As for the Garden of Salvation this week, the challenge will be a link to the chain. This is going to be taking place in the second encounter of the raid, and in this encounter, all players must refresh their light buff at approximately the same time. However, the team may split up at different tethers. So you obviously have 4 different tethers. Instead of having the runner go between and give people the buff when they get to them, everybody has to gather up at like 1 and 3 or 2 and 4, however you want to do it. Moving on to Eververse's inventory, showing off everything that is available for Bright Dust, and ooh, we got some new items here today, not just the old Revelry items. First and foremost, we have the Rivalry White Sand, which makes it look very white and silvery gold. We also have the Cyberclass entrance, which is... Oh, I'm getting this right now. This Tron entrance looks dope as hell. The Recognize emote, yeah, that's a Mei for sure. And again, as just a quick tip, there is available for silver, which is real money, pretty much everything during this event. So if you wanted to get anything that is going to be available for this event, you can purchase it for regular silver, or you can wait for it to come around. Because Bungie said that literally every one of the items, except for the finisher, will be available at some point during the event. And as we move on to the other set of Bright Dust section, here's the 2 things that I'm looking for, the high score and the low score. If you did not know, these things basically give you a score, and I'm pretty sure it changes the number every time you do it. It's not always the same. Okay, well maybe this is like just 2 options. The low score I've seen go anywhere from like 2.5 to 5. Maybe it's just 2.5 and 5. Okay. I was hoping it would be anywhere from 0 to 5, but I guess not. There's also a new participation trophy multiplayer emote, which is funny because we're Titans and we're holding up our trophy that we are totally going to win. Sorry, a little bit hothead there. Also got the Underdog ship. This ship looks like a paper airplane. I don't know what to call it. On top of that, we also have the Sparrow, in case you wanted one of these Sparrows. Not really the biggest fan of it. The ship here from Revelry, and of course the 1-2 something. I don't know where this is from. I have no idea where this is from. Apparently, he can't count to 3. Titan represent. And then finally, we have the Ravelry Black Sand, which I assume is going to be, yeah, the blacker version of the White Sand. And then finally, the Warlock Projection, which on a Titan shell looks kind of odd. I do want to get both of these because it fits. It's just you know, when people do something silly, I'll be like low score. And finally, we got Hawthorne's inventory full of all these clan engrams that I forgot to pick up from last week that are all 1009 that are basically worthless to me because none of them actually help any part of my gear. Hashtag Team Titans. For the weekly raid challenges, for the Last Wish raid, we have the Summoning Ritual, which I believe is going to be in the first encounter with Kali. And in this encounter, you have to activate all 9 plates, not just the 6 correct plates, and of course, kill the 3 ogres every phase that you can. For the Scourge of the Past, it's going to be during the boss phase, and in this phase, every person has to destroy one of the 6 shield generators on the boss's body every time it is available. And finally, for the Crown of Sorrows raid with both hands, during the boss DPS phase, every person can only shoot down one of the hands once, so just have 3 pairs of people shoot down the 2 hands every phase. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the weekly reset video. Let me know in the comments down below if any questions, concerns, or if you just wanted to say hashtag Team Titans in the comments down below. Of I gotta be honest with you, I thought Hunters were gonna start taking this one for either a landslide or just above everybody else without being able to reach them, but Titans have really pulled it out with some hard work, and I really do appreciate that. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of it. Of course, my name's been Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.